Well, we took the line, but the Germans seemed not to be too happy about it. Reports have come in that a massive German force is trying to retake the line. Well, it's time to defend this mess. Too bad the bunkers are pointed the wrong damn way. Alright boys, mount up. Alright, so as the true professional that I am, I definitely did not forget to also record the voiceover for this one, so I'm doing it after the fact. So we're gonna jump right into the defense. We're back on the same map as the last mission, and got some naval AFs coming in, so time to get that arty on it. And we're getting attacked like heavily. Like normally I find the defense missions rather easy, but this was the first one where I was definitely sitting there, okay, like yeah, this is gonna be non-stop enemy pushing, and they immediately drop in a large amount of infantry. I also kind of underestimated the angle. I thought they would come more from the east. I can't really see it because I'm looking at a very small preview window. Oh god, let me make this a little bit bigger. I think it's, yeah, I expected them to come more from the west, or from the south I mean, and they're coming in a lot more from the west as well. So I need to shift over some of the infantry. And I did realize my tanks are a little bit more in a more precarious position, but you know, they're in their shell crater hole, so they're safe, but there's like a little bit of terrain in the way, so I guesstimated it to be enough, and I tried to get some manual shots in on that half-track that's pummeling currently my infantry there, which is taking a bit of a beating, so I'm trying to get it like in the hole and then just shoot it and using the third-person cam, and of course I launch it immediately in the damn fucking wall, so time to drive it out and get a proper shot in. No, aim, not gonna actually see the damn thing, and just lob a thing, and it immediately just takes out the enemy vehicle. Because these M4A3s are good. They're really good. And they're proper tanks, but they're still in that. They're not in that E2, E8 type of deal, right? They're not jumbos or easy 8s yet. These are still Shermans, and they are. That's always hated to say it, but the Shermans are like amazing tanks, and I genuinely think they are the best tank is designed during World War II. But if we compare like the early Shermans, the early M4s that we saw with the Italy campaign and late African campaign, compared to the ones that were used at the late end of the war and were produced at the late end of the war, like we're definitely looking into a different level of Sherman. So I'm trying to get my artillery here to start hitting some of those places, and there's got the first real Panzer that we engaged, like real late war Panzer. This is an F2. It's the upgun version, which has a 7.5 centimeter high velocity gun, and that thing just kicks ass. Just kicks ass. That's a really dangerous gun, and I try to use my RT to just stun it, shell it. You know, might as well try to hit it. And I think eventually there's switch to heat. So you're like, hey, you know what? Maybe I can get the heat rounds on, but yeah, it can fire heat, it can fire actually more accurate than HE, but it just doesn't have the distance, so, you know, I'm not going to drive that thing up front to risk it, so I need to get myself a Sherman to take care of that, and that gun can punch straight from armor. I was got another Stug here, so I just ordered the artillery, just start sending the ship, but I accidentally grouped them, so I'm a little bit struggling here to ungroup them, but I need to double click here, and I keep failing, so I try to keep like one on the Stug, one on the other one on the T. 35T, that's it, and I'll work our way up from there. And but my tanks are still like nicely dug in, and here, there you go. I finally like ungroup it, and one goes on the Stug, where the other ones are still fighting on the. There you go, Stug shell right next to it. Apparently didn't stun it. That was my hope. So the Panzer IV is now crossing. So that's the point where I direct control, you know, drive the Sherman out of its cubby hole and. Get the right ammo in, because it was still loading in HE, because, you know, it's predominantly engaging infantry. So it's not really that strange, and just lob a shell, bap, straight in the side. I hit the engine deck, but that thing is still up and functional. I might not be driving anymore, but so this is where I realized that I think I'm using a 75mm gun, but it's it's getting risky, right? They can take a couple of hits before they're taken out. You saw that turret wobble right there. That's just a good indicator, like, yeah, tank is disabled. Either the turret's disabled, the gun is disabled, but that tank is gone, right? It's safe. There you got the dismount, so no longer have to worry. So let's get some machine gun fire on there, but from that distance, that's not that accurate. But I actually do forget to put my tank back into its cubby hole there, in its shell hole. But yeah, let's reorganize the infantry a little bit over here, and let's start to take some, you know, some decent fire there. So I try to keep them low, like, you know, everything that gets really close, engage that. And this is the time to get any reserve infantry, and I'm going to keep these pretty long in the rear. They are literally designed to just fill up the gaps when we definitely need them. I also noticed, not right now, that I lost my northern point. E is lost, and I'm actually gonna just let that be. Focus on defending. Well, I don't know, because that's E. One of them is B. I don't know what the other is, but the numbers. What do they mean, Mason? The numbers. I actually got one of the guys here in that turret that we looked at in the last mission. He's just sitting there, like, completely shrekking. But he has a very small magazine, like only 100 round belt, and with the fire rate, you know, it's just a couple of seconds of fire, and then you're stuck on, you know, on a reload. But, you know, as long as I try to take that point, I've got tanks, I've got infantry, I've got everything, just focus firing on that. It gets a lot. Like, look at the artillery just blasting it. Like, it's chef's kiss, man. But then that's the right flank. That's that gaggle of armor we've got over there, like a Stoke 35T, and it's not good. So I think it's time to grab the big guy and kind of angle it slightly more towards it, because apparently I don't go after it just yet. I think I realized that the tank might have been out of APHE. Alright, so we're gonna drive in one of the tanks. It's a bit risky because we're kind of just exposing ourselves on our left. But we need to try to get that Stug and a 35T taken out, especially the Stug, because the Stug, turns out they're really good at dealing with everything. And there's a couple of Panzer IVs, there's another one to the left as well, and they said another turret wiggle. Next target, ignore that. Let's start focusing on the other Panzer IV we got there. I think I missed, and this is where I really realized, like, okay, yeah, I can no longer just freely drive up a tank, take out the enemy because I spec'd into it. We're getting in that stage of war where the guns are capable of penetrating, but the tanks are no longer capable of just defending. So I get hit again, crew gets stunned, so I chuck the smoke grenade out and I try to get this thing in reverse. Just get the fuck out of there, because this thing needs to be repaired, so we're sending it back pretty far behind the B point. It does get its flank exposed to whatever's coming from E, but we've seen very little armor coming from E, and there you can see some of the friendly infantry actually apparently using flamethrowers and completely cooking a Panzer IV over there. And I decided, okay, let that do its thing. The Panzer's cooked, but I need to start hunting that other Panzer IV, and yeah, we're definitely gonna exchange fire. I'm trying to hitting in the side, I'm trying to find a good spot, and there you go. Nice, the turret wiggle. Nice direct indication. The big threat of it, like the gun, is gone. So I just try to chuck a shell in the truck there, but I missed. So I decided to, you know, take out the Panzer and just see if I can take care of it. But I'm actually struggling to properly penetrate it because it's pretty well angled at it. You can see the numbers, like when they're red, you know, those penetration values. And with the Stug to the right being smoked up, I don't really seem worried, but I actually failed to realize that the tank right there that we just selected, that actually got hit as well. So the turret is broken, tracks are broken, so that thing is being behind it. But that's actually been done by the Stug, and I had no idea that short barreled Stug, which I thought was like the 50 millimeter howitzer, or 5 centimeter because it's German, that was the actual that couldn't do any damage, so I kind of negated that. So here I'm gonna just realize that there's like an enemy soldier in front of it. Like, just quickly take care of that with the bow gun, you know, get shafted, and turn it around, face it towards the enemy, And we're in like a little bit of a hill here. Let's get some machine gun fire on that. And I think after it I give it the orders to repair, if I remember correctly. I don't exactly remember a whole lot of this. This has been recorded days ago in another late sleep-deprived state. Oh man, like the combination of very short deadlines at work and very poor planning of a lot of stuff and a lot of, you know, things depend on getting it all right, and it needs to be done, so I don't really have a lot of choice, but sleep is far in between, sadly enough. So I decided to move up the first of the reserve, as I treat them as reserve groups. These are already in B, so they're technically at a good spot, so it's fine. This tank is still in a safe spot. Yeah, that thing is just taking fire. Luckily it's kind of low, so they're wasting a lot of shell on it, but it's still taking fire from the Stuk. They give a clap and then just give the order to repair shortly after round impacts. And yeah, that just killed the remainder of the crew, but luckily I just got one of the guys out, so he just starts repairing that tank. But that's still that damn Stuk there, right there. Just a short thing and just get more trying to get more artillery on it. But they're just still pelting it way down there. I think it's technically might have been a waste. Yeah, these guys are, you know, hunkered down because they were taking a lot of HE fire. So, you know, get them back up, give them the order to heal themselves, and that's, you know, that's that short 50 centimeter Stuk, I believe, that just hits it. I can't read the kill numbers anymore, but I think it's a Stuk, or yeah, that's just completely makes mincemeat out of that group. And yeah, that's almost an entire squad of 101st just gone. Alright, this is the final unit I gave them orders to repair because I felt like it was safe. Enemy's not really sending in a whole lot anymore, and we seem to have dealt with the brunt of the thing. And tank apparently just tried to shoot the truck, but just hated a piece of terrain. As you do, as you do. But yeah, this is definitely non-stop action. And I completely forgot about this tank, and I realized, like, oh god, they just shot every single crewman out of that one. So yeah, we have lost 2 tanks nearly completely. And all, I think, yeah, except for that one, just got damaged. And that one is now taking fire, so, and yeah, not really good. Don't really know what I'm trying to do here. Like shooting white phosphorus, I guess. But yeah, they're actually trying to overtake it. I think it's D. Because that push, like all the vehicles, the armor, some anti-aircraft guns and trucks, and there's that Stuk. It's those Panzerjägers, man, and blap, just see hitting it, and that Sherman managed to take it out, but in the process does lose both of its tracks, so it's kind of stuck down there. Then you get another, like, small vehicle, and we immediately just get the artillery on it, like small light-skinned vehicles, or that kind of stuff, artillery on it. Immediately, just don't fuck around, just hit it. There you go. I think this is where it finally starts calming down again, and yeah, just get that last tank that's remaining. But that's a Panzer III with like the small barreled 50mm. It might even be a 37, like a 3.7mm cannon. So it's not that scary. I mean, it sticks a head in the side, and well, you know, there you go. Like, that's the short, small, early one, and blap, just yeet a shell in it, and ammo rack, and immediately gives me the victory. So yeah, that was this battle, and as always, I just repair everything at the end of the battle and get it for sales. And there's a lot of stuff that needs to be repairing on this one. So with that said, I want to thank everybody for watching, and see you, hopefully, in the next one. Have a very good day, and bye-bye.